What is CBT and why does everybody need it? Well, CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, and it's a type of psychotherapeutic treatment that helps to identify and change destructive or disturbing thought patterns that can have a negative impact on your mental health. See, everybody has thought patterns, things they think about regularly, but sometimes those thoughts are inaccurate, or they just make us feel angry or upset. And these spontaneous negative thoughts can promote feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression. Cognitive behavioral therapy focuses on changing those automatic negative thought patterns, replacing them with positive and logical thoughts that help us to feel great again. Many research studies have proven that CBT is one of the most effective forms of psychological therapy available, and it's probably going to be more effective than psychiatric medication for the improvement of your mental health. But how does cognitive behavioral therapy even work? The principle of CBT is that your psychological issues are based on learned patterns of unhelpful thoughts and behaviors. Therefore, by learning more helpful patterns of thinking and behaving, you can fix those mental problems. Now, I can't give you cognitive behavioral therapy in this video, but I can give you a basic overview of how it works. Step 1 is to identify the negative thought pattern. Figure out what it is that's causing your psychological issue. So a super basic example might be you think that nobody likes you. And every time you think that thought, it makes you feel angry or sad or lonely. Step 2 is to question those negative thoughts. Are they accurate? Do they even make sense? Going back to our example, if you think that nobody likes you, then ask the question, does nobody like me? Well, my parents like me, at least I think they do. My best friends like me, my neighbors kind of like me. So therefore, I must be likable. Some people like me. So by questioning those negative thoughts, you might realize that they're not actually true. Step 3 is to replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Develop a counter-argument that negates your negative thought patterns. If you think that nobody likes you, the counter-argument is, actually, heaps of people like me. Probably everybody likes me. And I have no reason to think otherwise. Now remember that positive thought pattern for step 4. Because step 4 is to implement those positive thought patterns into your everyday life. You need to recognize that negative thought pattern whenever it comes up. Maybe it's when you're at work, or maybe it's when you're with your friends. Maybe it's when you're in the shower, I don't know. Whenever you notice that negative thought creeping up, you suck, everybody hates you. Actively stop it. You know that that's not true. Use your counter argument. Everybody loves me. I'm awesome. So shut up, brain. This is a much more positive thought pattern, and it will leave you feeling happy and stable. That was pretty exaggerated, but does that make sense? Because that was just a basic example of cognitive behavioral therapy. And there's much more detail and much more depth into CBT, which I'm not going to go into in this short video. And I just wanted to share this process with you so you could try it out for yourself. But if you wanted a far more effective way of using cognitive behavioral therapy, then I would definitely recommend regular sessions with a trained therapist. Talk with them about your thought patterns and how they make you feel, and they will offer feedback and suggestions to help you improve your mental health. So who can benefit from cognitive behavioral therapy? Everybody. Everybody needs CBT. I know I mentioned that cognitive behavioral therapy can help with things like stress, anxiety, and depression, but it can also help people who are suffering with PTSD, eating disorders, addictions, phobias, panic attacks, and even if you're not worried about any specific mental health concerns, it's my personal belief that everybody could benefit from talking with a therapist every once in a while. We should all occasionally take the time to sit down and share our thoughts and feelings with somebody who's trained to listen and help. Maybe they'll give you some useful feedback and thoughts to consider. Or maybe they won't say anything, and maybe you just need to talk for a while and share some secrets with a random person that isn't really involved in your life in any way. Just talking about your feelings can be very therapeutic. That's why it's called therapy. Everybody needs CBT. Tell me I'm wrong in the comment section down below. I challenge you. Thanks so much for watching, Legends, and I'll catch you next Science Sunday. Cheers.